Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday. Come on in, guys. How you guys doing on this wonderful Saturday evening? Hope you all is well with you. And before we get started, let me just say this. I know that yesterday I was supposed to do Dress Down Fridays, but guys, I was just tired. I was out and about. I went to Olive Garden, got me chicken parmesan, garden salad, got me some spaghetti. They gave me a complimentary drink, but I just wanted some apple juice, to be honest with you. Drank me plenty of water. Just took it easy, watched the old movie. I like the old Vincent Price movies. That's my thing. Shout out to Vincent Price. And I watched a couple of old movies, and I just went to bed, man. I was just really drained. And I could have still put out a commentary yesterday, but it is what it is, right? I'm making up for it on Saturday. So let's get into it. Today, I want to honor my veterans. I want you guys to listen to me real carefully. I love America. I'm a black man, but I love America. America is my country, okay? And even though it has its ups and downs, its racial issues and so forth, I am still an American. And I'm proud of all Americans in this country who honor America. And black people need to be more American than anything because we gave free labor here, to be honest with you. So we're more American than anybody in this country. And without going into the politics of everything, that's not what I want to talk about, but I just thought I'd throw that in there. I am proud of all of our veterans. I am proud of the Army, Navy, Marines, Air Force, Coast Guard. You know, whether you're full-time or part-time military, I am very proud of my military people of all races. Thank you very, very much for your service. You know, I come from a family of military that goes way back that I found out, and maybe my father can correct me if I'm wrong, to World War One, where we had the Negroes. They had Negro soldiers back then, but it was just a few. But definitely World War Two because my grandfather that passed away in the 90s, 95 as a matter of fact, he was in the Negro army in World War Two. That's when they went to Germany and so forth. So he was a part of that regime. And, you know, so my family and friends and my circle of friends, most of those guys, not all, but most of them have been in either the Navy, Army, and some Marines, and a few dribbles of Air Force. Uh, and let me say this one more thing before I get to indulge in conversation. I really want to give a shout out to people who served in the Coast Guard, the U.S. Coast Guard, because they've never gotten the credit that they deserve. Let me tell you something. The hardest working people, in my opinion, one of the hardest working people are the National Coast Guard. Those people are the hardest working people you could ever imagine. And they never get the credit that they deserve. It takes a special type of person to be a U.S. Coast Guard. And I know all the branches are great, awesome. Everybody has their part in doing something. And shout out to everybody that's doing it. But the U.S. Coast Guard never gets its just due. And when you're in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean and you have to do all kinds of rescues and training, look, everybody can't do that. Everybody is not cut out for that. It takes a special person, in my personal opinion, to be a National Coast Guard person. So thank you very much, Coast Guard, because it's a hard job and everybody can't do it. So I shout out to the Coast Guard, and I think they're one of the hardest working people in America. Even though everybody has their part in the military, it's just that nobody never gives the National Coast Guard their just due. But I'm gonna give them a shout out and show them love. Now, for those who have fought in recent wars and have PTSD or, you know, been in some similar combat in the last 20 years, maybe 25 years, and you know that PTSD, I'm sorry, I might be saying it wrong. It's something very serious, guys. That's why I sponsor K9 for Warriors. K9 for Warriors is a great thing, in my opinion, for our veterans because it gives back and shows and says, thank you very much. Thank you very much for your service. You know, it shouldn't be veterans having to beg for anything. I think it needs to be an amendment, a law, or something passed where our veterans are taken care of first before anything else. The money that we putting in here to bring these migrants over here and illegals and so forth, that needs to go to our military people, the wounded military, U.S. tax-paying people, and even our homeless. Because we got a lot of homeless people who are veterans, who have fought and sacrificed for this country. And they're out in the street. That don't make no sense to me. A lot of this is under the Democratic Party, which I am no longer a part of. Damn the Democrats. Damn them. I am an independent going right. Hell, I might even change to be a Republican. We need to look out for the people in this country. There's nothing wrong with looking out for your own. We look out for everybody else, but the people in this country, and I have a real problem with that, guys. Because dime come a dollar. If we was over in their country, they'll look out for their people. And now I heard some news recently that they're letting out criminals over here. We don't know what people that's coming over here. We don't know these people. Now, if you're a legal citizen, shout out to you. You came in this country the right way. But just letting people flood into this country, that's illegal. And we don't know if they're a criminal or what their background is, and don't take care of with the billions of dollars this damn President Biden is spending on these illegals. That could help our homeless. That could help our wounded warriors. That could help everybody in this country who are citizens, who are tax-paying citizens. But this is just my opinion, guys. What am I? I'm just a black man, right? In America. I'm just a foundational black man in America. Shout out to Tariq Nasheed, who just cares about his veterans. All the money that we spending letting these people flood over here, we could spend that on our warriors with the PTSD and all kinds of trauma. Why don't we take that money and give it to our veterans? I would be happy if we gave that to our U.S. people who fought and died for this country. That's what's important to me. I think K9 for Warriors is an awesome, awesome, awesome organization. But my point is, it shouldn't have to get to this. We should automatically honor our warriors, honor our military, without it having to get this way. That's what I'm trying to tell you. And then we got some freeloading people coming over to this country that hasn't done anything for America. And then they're committing crimes in Chicago and New York. Whereas we got to beg for our military people. That's not right. That's not right at all. And I 100% back our military. With every penny dollar I have, I back our military. I 100% support our military. It doesn't matter what branch of military you're in, I support you, and I thank you for your service. And I hope we get a Republican back in office. I really do. I am so sick of these damn Democrats. I really am. They're running amok and they're running this country into the ground. I used to be one of these people, pro-Democrat, pro all this, but we as black people got to get out of our feelings and get into the reality. I've been anti-Democrat since 2016 with Hillary Clinton talking about she put hot sauce on her food and all that kind of. That shows me that you're playing with my intelligence. You're playing with my intelligence. And we got to be honest, black people. When Trump was in office, we had a stable economy. Whether you want to accept it or not. We made more money when Trump was in office as black people and created more jobs as black people than we ever did with any Democrat. Now you sit up here and you had Obama in office who had the House and the Senate. He didn't give us a crime bill. This president we have right now, he give everybody else a crime bill. He thanks us and say, we had your back. Then he turns around and say, kiss my behind. And he gives money to every other organization, every other race besides black people. After we are the ones that voted for him. That's why I'm anti-Democrat. You couldn't pay me to be a Democrat. And I just want their asses out. Let's vote them out right now and get this country back on the way it needs to be. Let's vote them out. All of us. I'm talking to every race this time. Get these Democrats out and let's get the Republicans back in. I'm 1,000% behind that. And let's vote and pass a legislation that we can support our wounded warriors. Let's show our warriors love. Because the freedom of this country is great, guys. And it shouldn't be taken for granted. So I want to thank my military people. I want to thank my father, my grandfather. Now, I never was in the military myself, but I've had cousins and friends and family that has. And I want to thank you guys very, very much. I know this is a serious conversation. I got a little bit political here, and I let my feelings show. And if you're into the Democrat thing, that's fine. I respect that. I'm just telling you how I feel. Okay? I still respect you if that's what you choose to go on that side. I still respect you. Either way it goes, okay? I still love all of you out there, whether you vote Democrat, Republican, Independent, or don't vote at all. I still respect you and I still love you. All right? And that's all I want to say today, guys. I just want to thank our veterans. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marines, Coast Guard. I thank you very, very much for your service. And I love each and every one of you guys. All right? And with that being said, if this is the channel for you, please consider subscribing to the channel, hitting that like button, hitting that notification button. That way you know when new content is being presented to you, and also sharing with like-minded people like yourself. And remember, guys, I'm not just Tim, but I'm Tim's on demand. All right, guys, go ahead, open the door up, let yourself out, close the door back, make sure no flies and critters come in, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. And happy Saturday evening to you. Thank you very much.